Dads, when did you look at your son and think, that's my boy? My 15-year-old started failing math badly. Went from solid B's to D's in just 2 months. His teacher, Mrs. Peterson, kept calling with the same complaints. He's not paying attention, seems completely distracted, stares out the window during lessons. She suggested expensive tutoring and maybe testing for learning disabilities. I was absolutely furious. This kid had always been sharp with numbers. Archie used to do math puzzles for fun when he was younger, would calculate baseball statistics in his head during games just to impress me. What's going on with your grades? I demanded after another disappointing report card. I don't know, Dad. Math is just really hard this year. The teacher goes too fast and doesn't explain things clearly, but something felt seriously off. He'd lock himself in his room for hours after school. When I check on him, he'd quickly close his laptop and pretend to be doing homework. His math homework that was clearly completely wrong. Then I got a weird call from the school counselor. Your son has been skipping lunch every single day to hang out in the computer lab. We're concerned he's not eating properly and might be having social problems. That's when I decided to pick him up early one Friday afternoon. I found him hunched over a laptop in the empty computer lab, completely absorbed in whatever he was working on. His lunch sat untouched beside him, still wrapped. What is this? I asked, looking at his screen filled with lines of complex programming code. He slammed the laptop shut, panic in his eyes. Nothing, Dad. Just messing around with some basic website stuff for fun. Show me what you're working on. It's not important. Can we just go home, please? That night, while he was sleeping, I snuck into his room, opened his laptop carefully. What I found completely blew my mind and changed everything. He'd built an entire educational app from scratch, a sophisticated math tutoring platform specifically designed for kids with learning disabilities. It broke down complex algebra problems into simple visual steps, used voice commands for kids who couldn't read well, had built-in encouragement messages, and tracked detailed progress in real time. The interface looked completely professional, like something a major tech company would charge thousands of dollars for. But that wasn't even the most incredible part of this discovery. I found detailed chat logs showing he'd been secretly tutoring 3 kids with autism after school using his custom app, completely for free. Tommy, Sarah, and Miguel. All of them had gone from failing math miserably to passing with decent grades because of his innovative program. The next morning at breakfast, I confronted him with printouts of his code and chat logs. Why didn't you tell me about this amazing app? His face went bright red. Because you'd think it was a complete waste of time, and I've been spending so many hours helping other kids that my own grades suffered badly. You're already disappointed in me for failing. Son, show me exactly how this whole thing works. For the next 2 hours, he walked me through everything step by step. The programming was absolutely brilliant. College-level complexity. He taught himself 3 different coding languages just to build this sophisticated platform. How long have you been working on this project? 6 months. Every lunch period, every study hall, every free minute I could find. I wanted to help kids like Tommy who struggle the way I used to in elementary school. That's when it hit me like a truck. My son wasn't failing because he didn't care about education. He was failing because he cared too much about helping other struggling students succeed. I called Mrs. Peterson that afternoon with a different perspective. We need to talk about my son's math grade. I completely agree. His performance has been totally unacceptable for months. Actually, I think you need to see what he's been building instead of paying attention in your class. 2 days later, I brought his laptop to school, showed Mrs. Peterson, the principal, and the district technology coordinator exactly what my son had created on his own time. The room went completely dead silent as they watched his app in action. Within a week, the school district offered my son a paid internship to develop educational software for special needs students. His app is now being used successfully in 12 schools across 3 counties. Stanford sent a recruitment letter last month. Mrs. Peterson personally apologized and changed his math grade to an A+. That's when I looked at my son who'd sacrificed his own grades to help struggling kids learn and thought, that's my boy.